Cancer, welcome to your weekly tarot reading for June the 6th to June the 12th. Let's get started and see what messages we have for Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising for your week ahead. Cancer, let's see. Major themes for Cancer this week. Yin, stepping into your feminine energy. Between two worlds, love that. Those two cards are in sequence, 2 and 3. And imagine, okay, serendipity on the bottom of the deck. So something very sort of good luck is happening, something very synchronistic, something falling into place, something just sort of happening all by itself almost, something very sort of like everything is falling into place. We've got Imagine, we've got Between Two Worlds and Yin, which are cards 2 and 3. So you're really moving quickly towards this serendipity here. Something is happening in a very interesting way. It could bring in some chaos and conflict, but I feel like ultimately it's moving you towards something that you have imagined that is something really like you would describe it as best case scenario. You know what I mean? Very serendipitous, lots of things falling into place, and it's going to be fair. I feel like you're coming from a place right now where you're moving between two worlds, maybe from something that felt chaotic to something that feels more aligned to you, something that you've imagined. It's going to take some feminine energy to get there. So I feel like you need to be very free. You know, you need to sort of focus on joy and creation and pursuing what inspires you and what makes you feel alive. You know, like really tapping into that feminine energy and just sort of expressing it. Expressing yourself, being very creative and really grounding in, because you are about to shift into another timeline, between two worlds. There's your 8 of Wands giving you the green light, saying go for it, go for it. Green light, serendipity, between two worlds. 4 of Pentacles, that's what's holding you back, is maybe this I can't let go feeling that you have, Cancer. Maybe you're hanging on too tightly to something, and that hanging on can sometimes initiate that chaos and conflict, because that almost has that resisting vibe. Like you're getting the green light, but you're resisting. You're between two worlds, but you're in conflict. You know what I mean? You've imagined this outcome, but you're not going for it. We see the yin energy here to encourage you, and serendipity to remind you that things can fall into place. And I really do feel like you're coming from something that was not for you, because we see that orphaned card hiding behind serendipity. So you're moving from one level to another. You're between two worlds here, but you've got to be willing to let go. You're in a scarcity mindset right now, and you need to adopt a more abundant mindset, which is I think why we're seeing that yin energy. There's your world card. It's time to move from one timeline to another with that between two worlds, the world card, the 8 of Pentacles. There's the 8 of Wands. There's the 10 of Wands in reverse, reminding you to set down what's making you feel heavy here. Set down your burdens. You've got the Page of Cups here, which is such a beautiful feminine energy of transformation, new beginnings, renewal, rejuvenation. You're moving towards a lighter, more aligned energy. Cancer, this is interesting. Don't let these feelings of scarcity hold you back. Go for love, not fear. You're being guided with this green light, but you're at a fork in the road with that 2 of the Wands. You've got to choose this. This is something that you've imagined, something that feels very good, something that feels like a new beginning, but you're going to have to go for it and be patient and trust the timing of this. To sort of feel that abundance, you're going to need to sort of trust it. Trust that things are conspiring for your best, always for your best. That the universe is always trying to push you towards your highest outcome. And that by resisting it, we can somehow shift that into chaos. There's the Page of Rods. You have a new beginning here. There is an energy of self-discovery. There is an energy here of having the will to shift your perspective towards sort of self-discovery as opposed to self-limitation with that Four of Pentacles. Limiting yourself versus sending yourself on a new journey. Six of Cups, letting go of any limiting emotions, going back to a time where you felt like you could do anything, whatever you imagined. It's almost a manifestation moment here of like, whatever you truly believe in your subconscious will be what comes out. And we see this is interesting, we see the 6 and the 7 of Cups, and on the bottom of the deck, the 5 of Cups. You've got all three, 5, 6, 7, all in reverse. And that's really telling me that you've got some, pardon the expression, but you've got some emotional baggage that needs to be cleared. As you move between two worlds, you're traveling light, my friends. You're going to need to release some of these things that are holding you back emotionally, and these self-limiting beliefs that are sort of holding you in chaos. When you could shift into this new timeline of abundance, prosperity, and creativity. But it's going to involve you shifting your mindset first and letting go of things that maybe were very traumatic in the past. This is going to involve letting go. This is going to involve some shadow work, and sort of you may have stumbled into a phase where you feel jaded and you're focusing on scarcity as a result of some emotional situations that now you have the ability to move away from, but you have to take those first steps. You have to take those first steps where you're moving away from feeling stuck, and you may have to forgive to let go. And that doesn't mean you have to reinvite these things that you forgive back into your life, but it's a moment of letting go of things so that you don't hang on to them. You may be hanging on to regret. You may be hanging on to some anger. You may be lamenting some actions or decisions, and you need to almost maybe forgive yourself at the end of the day here in order to understand that you do have options, that you're not blocked. There is an indecision or fear of making the wrong choice that's creating an overwhelmed feeling that's keeping you stuck between two worlds instead of moving you towards this new path. This is the end of a cycle, but you are the one that has to end it by moving forward here. You've got the green light. You're at the fork in the road. You need to trust that this is happening to move you towards something that is for you. Okay, Cancer? And I feel like you're hesitating. You're focused overly on the past, which is, I think, why we're seeing the Between Two Worlds card and all of these cups, 5, 6, 7 of cups, all in reverse, all suggesting that there is a traumatic wound of emotion here that needs healing. The Page of Cups is here. It's time to start again, start fresh cup, fresh everything. You know what I mean? And to know that this has happened to shake things up. This Chaos and Conflict card 33 is sort of like it kind of feels like a tower moment to me, where it's sort of like through chaos and conflict, you're going to cross over into a new timeline. You're going to move away from all of this trauma bonding, right? With all of these cups here, it's like you're trauma bonded. You're starting to identify overly with the emotional traumas of the past, and it's not serving you to stay there. And it's like all of this energy is trying to get you to move away from it. Even through your imagination, you have seen something lighter, something more in resonation, but it's like you just fear it. You fear the same outcome again and again and again. And it's like whatever you believe in your subconscious is going to be what you experience, right? So it's sort of like shifting that subconscious belief about what's to come and how things work. That's really going to help. Let's see, to close this reading here for Cancer, what is the highest guidance for focus right now? Hope. Oh, I love that you got this. Hope. says here, your loved ones in the spirit world know that you, let me start over. Your loved ones in the spirit world know when to reach out if they see you're at a low point. Whether you're caught up in a difficult situation or struggling with someone specific in your life, there is hope. And I feel like this reading is guiding you to remember that hope, and that not every, like, the past doesn't predict the future unless you say so. Do you know what I mean? The future is not based on the past. You can have a brand new beginning. You have the Page of Cups here, which is so transformative. You also have the World. So it's sort of like you can end a cycle and begin a new one. And that's sort of the beautiful thing about this universe, is that endings are new beginnings. And they truly are new. You know, that just because things happened in this way before doesn't mean that they will happen that way again. And it's interesting. To be fair is here. So it sort of makes me think like there needs to be a shift in how you're thinking about this and how you're feeling about it. You've got the green light to go ahead with this new beginning, this transformative new start, where you're going to lay down the burdens of hanging on to these emotional traumas. You've got the Page of Rods here. This is a very exciting time for you. You've got 2 pages. There is luck on your side here, my friends. Very interesting. Have hope. Have hope, Cancer. And step into your feminine energy. Step into that divine feminine energy of creation and nourishing and grounding yourself in a new reality. You've got this. I really believe that you can let go of these emotional traumas and step into the color here, stepping into this new world. I'm going to leave it at that for you. Thank you so much for joining me for this reading. If it's resonated for you, please consider subscribing, liking, commenting, sharing. It's so nice to connect with you. And as always, I'm sending you so much love and light, my friends. Have a wonderful week. Take care.